In history in the collegiate ranks, Micah Hancock to lead things off. Alexa Gray with the touch, the All-America for BYU. Allie Franti. And now Jen Hampson will have a major size advantage. She gets the kill. She stands at the net court at 6 feet 7 inches.
And she's part of that two-pronged offense for BYU. She plays on the right side, and then behind the setter, and Alexa Gray on the left side. And that pair really hurt Texas a lot in the semifinals.
First swing for Penn State is blocked. The second one is dug up. Tamber Nobles gets another point for BYU.
Wow, what a nice up in the backcourt by Welling Withers. I like how she was playing forward on that. Most of the time, that ball's going to hit the ground.
Tia Welling, the senior from Beaverton, Oregon, and now the swing for Ayanna Whitney. That is long, and it's a 3-0 start for BYU. In our first set, we will play best 3 of 5. There's a point on every serve. The first 4 sets would go to 25. The last set, if we get there, goes to 15. All of those you have to win by 2. And there's a point for the Nittany Lions. It's their All-America middle, Nia Grant. 6'2" senior out of Warren, Ohio. The instructions from the coaching staff today at practice: find a seam anywhere that you can through that block that they faced tonight for BYU, which was the best in the nation this year. Hancock for Whitney, pounds it down. Point Penn State.
Coach Rose said this week that Ayanna Whitney contacts the ball at a higher point than anybody of these final four teams in this championship, and she showed it there, going right over the BYU block.
Hardy, the freshman, with the back set to Jennifer Hampson. We've talked so much about Penn State senior setter. What a moment for the freshman, making just her 3rd career start. Her first one was in that region final against Nebraska. And what a gutsy move by Sean Olmstead to make that move. She started the other night in the semis, and now here she is in the final on a brief hiatus from the women's basketball team. She will return to play with them next week.
Not just next week, but in probably less than 48 hours. She's playing on Monday. No rest for the weary. Boy, would she like to take a trophy back to that basketball game.
Two-sport star in high school out of Hawaii. Wanted to go somewhere where she could play both, and BYU gave her that opportunity. In fact, Robbins Hardy is playing on a basketball scholarship and moonlighting with the volleyball team. 5'3" Cougars. Hampson, a rarity that the big girl will stay in the back and serve it up. And she delivers the ace.
And she's one of the tougher servers you'll find in the world of women's college volleyball, because she's 6'7". Watch how she can almost hit that down at a very good passer. Dominique Gonzalez for Penn State, who gets aced clean off the serve going at Gonzalez. BYU must have seen something on film that they want to take advantage of. Now we got to pay attention, because remember, 2 nights ago, BYU had tremendous trouble. Hampson is in the backcourt, and Alexa Gray is waiting to check back in, but she's not on the floor right now. So huge advantage here for to possibly take advantage of here for Penn State. And there's a pass that's too close.
The solo block there for Washington.
What BYU would like to do is not give up many points in this rotation without Alexa Gray in the front court. They've given up already 1 in 1 attempt, and there's 2.
The ace for Penn State as Gray watches from the sideline.
This is the one that really went south for BYU in that 3rd set against Texas. There's a better pass.
Tamber Nobles didn't get enough on it. Point Penn State. And the defending champs go up 1. 0
for 3 so far in the weakest rotation that BYU has.
The senior Lacey Fuller is doing a nice job behind the service line. Nobles rockets one and gets a touch. Point BYU. As Gray gets set to check back in now.
We saw in practice yesterday and this morning BYU's Penn State's got a whole plan. They've got a scheme for everything, as we'll see Alexa Gray on offense now after Micah Hancock showing one of her all-around abilities, attacking at the net.
The road for Russ Rose and the Nittany Lions, or they cruise through the first 3 rounds, then the upset of Wisconsin in the region final, the upset of Stanford in the semis. If you can really call them an underdog, it was probably by seed only. They were very evenly matched with those two teams. And certainly the underdog no more against BYU tonight. Washington works the block. You're talking about Washington, the #1 recruit coming out of high school last year. She is alongside Allie Franti, #5 in white, who was the #2 recruit coming out of high school and was crowned yesterday as the National Freshman of the Year.
And some people feel Washington could have been named that, but she was injured early, didn't log enough minutes. Knocks up by Penn State there. Didn't log enough minutes to be eligible for the award.
Gray trying to finesse that one a little bit. A chance for Penn State. They can't make the most of it. Robbins Hardy. Boswell tried the tip. Back to Gray. Double block was up. Hancock slowed it down. She'll hammer. And missed it. Point BYU.
So far, Beth, it looks to me like Alexa Gray is not in a great rhythm. You can see her jumping early on her way down. The connection not great with this setter who's been doing such a nice job in only her 3rd start this season.
Franti has it blocked.
Nice up by the middle blocker, Boswell.
Nobles rolls one out of the back. Hancock goes back out to the freshman Franti. Point Nittany Lions. Allie is out of Spring Grove, Illinois, had 16 kills, hit nearly 400 in the semi. Able to knock that one down off the tape and over. BYU sets the middle. Fuller was able to save it. Hampson bumps it back over. Hancock quickly back out to Franti, through the block and down.
Got to be impressed with how Penn State's outsides come out so aggressive. It was Megan Courtney 2 nights ago in the semis. This time it's Allie Franti taking big cuts at the ball, going at that right side blocker, Robbins Hardy for BYU.
Out of the back, Hampson able to use that size, Karch, to really rifle that straight down.
Did you see that out of the backcourt, and Hampson hits it down at number 33, Fuller, in the backcourt for Penn State. And now Hampson back up in front. Lost opportunity. Every time you serve out and you have Hampson at the net, it's an opportunity that was lost in terms of a chance for her to block. Second service turn for Hancock. BYU controlled her well the first time.
Didn't score on her first opportunity and just misses long on that one. 125 aces on the year and now 108 service errors for Hancock, so she's still in the positive. Set a new Big Ten record and an NCAA record with those aces this year.
Nice help by Hanson.
Back set, Franti. Nobles was able to slow it down. Here comes Hampson with a big rip. Dug up. Hancock got there. Off the set from the libero. Whitney with the kill.
Hancock showing off her defensive skills again, and that's exactly where Penn State was looking to play Hampson, and then they turn it into a point. Ayana Whitney, eye contact point, finding daylight between the blocks.
Here comes Hampson again. Tried to go down the line. Didn't get it. Point Penn State. Hampson 3 kills. Whitney with 3 kills to lead their teams early here in the first. Another one that touches the tape. The back set again to Hampson. Good diving get by Gonzalez. Whitney popped up by Parker. Nobles had to bump it over, and Courtney on the deck to keep it alive.
Good play by Hancock to get it to the other 7.
And down, point for Hampson and BYU off the set from Parker, the libero. And she's back to serve.
Coach Rose not happy with the way Penn State handled what should have been an easy play, scrambling on the floor to keep it alive.
Back outside to Whitney. They were working a lot today in practice, Karch, trying to keep one of the blockers in the middle of the floor so they could attack the pins. And Whitney is having success out there thus far with the early lead, 15-11 in our first set, best 3 of 5 to decide the national championship. The Nittany Lions trying for an NCAA record 7th trophy.
Space, and especially attack the big space between two passers. For Penn State, they're going to have to control Alexa Gray, and they've been planning for it for 2 days. Shading certain parts of the court. She really likes to go cross-court.
Yep. So far, Gray does not have a kill on 3 swings, and right now is the time of the set where she has rotated out. Robbins-Hardy does a nice job of keeping it off the net, and Boswell gets the kill. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Sean Olmstead for BYU was talking to his team in the last huddle, and he really called out everybody else but Jen Ham. Said she's done too much for us so far. 4 kills for this team. He said we've got to get other people involved. Nobles in our middle need to wake up.
Thank you, Holly. Megan Courtney, who was the star swinger in the semifinal win, gets her second kill tonight.
And both Courtney and Franti on the left side for Penn State attacking a ton at that seam between the middle blocker and the wing blocker.
Boswell finds the corner. Point BYU.
Clearly the point guard of the BYU offense, Robbins-Hardy, is doing exactly what Sean Olmstead, coach, told her to do, and that is get the ball to other players, get 2 kills to Boswell earlier.
Boswell sends it back, and there is the first block of the match for a team that had 17 of them in the upset of Texas a couple nights ago.
This is not an easy play to block, but we call that cross-2 footwork. Boswell getting back into play at the last second. And that's another thing we saw Penn State practicing yesterday, is tipping a lot, trying to get Jen Hampson on the ground. Even if she gets it up, she then can't be a part of the offense.
They want to keep her as busy as possible, with the exception of letting her swing at the net, so make her work everywhere else on the floor. As Courtney now rotates out. On to serve is Lainey Pierce. So far, Penn State hitting over 300. BYU just $125. That'll help. Boswell with her 3rd kill. So as Holly reported, Boswell definitely heard what Sean Olmstead was selling in that last time out. There she is to serve. Hancock.
And that was called a double contact. That's the deuce we were talking about. You have 2 passers out on the floor right now. Number 4, Gonzalez, the libero, and number 17, the outside hitter. Penn State passing mostly with 2. BYU trying to attack it.
Gonzalez wisely lets that one go long. 19-16, Penn State. We're headed to 25, have to win by 2. Robbins-Hardy looking for Alexa Gray. Slowed down by the block. Franti. Good defense in the back by Nobles. Hampson out of the back, couldn't get it down. Franti again. Parker keeps it alive. Back to the freshman. She'll try the tip. That won't go.
But it's pulling Hampson out, and it had to go to Gray, and she gets her first kill of the match. Been a little quiet to this point.
By far her best swing, too, right there, with a little extra on it.
She is tough to handle. This is the shot she likes to hit. You can even see the Penn State block stepping inside, and still it goes under the left hand of Mia Graham.
Hancock, the slide for Grant. Point Penn State.
The left side blocker, number 9 for BYU, just going out a little too far. Most of the time when people attack on that slide offense, they hit cross court, and that's where Penn State's been having success.
Hancock again serving for the 3rd time. They haven't scored on her serve yet, and now they do. See if they can take advantage here, Karch, because Hampson stays in the back. Boswell is out, one of their best blockers, and Sean Olmstead wants the timeout. With Penn State 4 points away from taking the opening set. It's the national championship from Oklahoma City. Hancock with her first point off of her serve just a moment ago, and now out of the timeout, back behind the line. That lefty spinner. Gonzalez will set it for Whitney. Missed it wide, no touch. Point BYU.
I tell you, Beth, if you're a BYU fan, you got to be happy to only be down by 3. The team hitting 129, Hampson hitting 100, Gray with only 1 kill, hitting 143. If they can get those two going a little more, they could battle this great dynamo that is Penn State, going for their 6th title in the last 8 years.
That time Hancock got it out to Grant quickly before the block got up. Point Penn State. 3rd kill of the match for Grant, the first-team All-American this year as a senior. Parker with the pass, Robbins Hardy looking for Hampson. She's stuffed. Sent right back at the 6'7" senior.
Penn State is setting up really well. They could see that that was a low inside set. So both blockers reaching toward the angle, setting up perfectly on a very predictable offense for BYU. They've got to get more than the single dimension of Jen Hampson, especially when Alexa Gray has checked out of the game.
And how about that number that we just saw coming up off the scoreboard? Penn State out-blocking BYU now 4-1 in this opening set, and a 23-18 lead for the defending champs. What a run it has been for Penn State. And the job that Russ Rose has done, it seems like every year they lose an All-American or 2 or 3, and then they have somebody else step up and fill the role like Anna Whitney's doing.
Yeah, and remember, Whitney played some middle blocker for them when Haley Washington was injured earlier this year. A very versatile player. She can hit on the left, the middle, the right. Hits at a high contact point. She's already got 4 kills for Penn State out of 13 total.
They graduated 6 seniors last year, so this is the first year that Whitney is getting extensive playing time. For Penn State, 6 players with a kill. They've been spreading it around for BYU. It's been a lot of Hampson and Boswell thus far. BYU sticking around even though they are hitting below 100 so far, but now it's Penn State with an opportunity to close it out. They are 2 points away from the set. Kendall Pierce to serve. In the middle, Nobles. Transition for the Nittany Lions. It's Whitney again. Gonzalez able to track it down. Back outside to Whitney. Cross court. Robbins Hardy down to get it. Indecision by BYU and a chance for Penn State to get it to set point, and the block is there. Hampson and Whitney Young, the top blocker in the nation this year.
And when you're 6'7", you don't need to get off the ground very much. Great help by Hampson, and yet Penn State in very good shape, up by 4 because of the low hitting efficiency on the BYU side of the net.
Parker serves. Hancock to Grant. Couldn't put that away. Boswell was there waiting. And a free ball. The middle, Boswell Didn't get much mustard on that swing. Penn State, however, does, and Whitney gets them to set point.
But the thing that really worked for Penn State is they put the ball short. If they had to give an easy one, they put it short to Hansen. That took her completely out of the play.
Hardy, a long way to go for that. Nobles played it across. Tipped back over by Washington. Boswell with the kill. They fight off the first set point.
And Coach Rose was not happy about the impatient play of Haley Washington. Gave the ball easy back to BYU. Now Penn State on the offense for the game.
To Whitney. Right at the defensive specialist. Here's Nobles off the block. Couple in a row for BYU. They fight off a second set point.
If BYU had to have one server to choose to be at the line to try to come back, it would be Hansen at 6'7", serving that very flat, aggressive ball.
Megan Courtney tries to finish it. And does. She gets the touch. And the defending champs take the opening set and are 2 sets away from a 7th national championship, but a long way to go. How will the Cougars respond when we come back?